Welcome back. In this episode we provide an overview of a new block signal behaviour where the signal is set to red immediately a train leaves a block. This feature is described as the following. Signal in block set to red if train occupies the reserved track route, except for Swiss signals. This isn't about a new block parameter, it's a change in the behaviour of the block signal. For example, the behaviour of a signal when a train leaves a block and enters a series of turnouts. In 5.0, the train proceeds forwards under a yellow signal, and the signal remains at yellow whilst the train travels across the turnouts, and only changes to red when the train enters the next block. It became apparent that this is not typical behaviour on most signalling systems. In this situation, the signal should more typically turn red as soon as it leaves the block, except for Swiss signals, which operate differently. So in 5.1, for all regional signals except the Swiss signals, the signal changes immediately to red on leaving the block, replicating prototypical behaviour. So we could stop the video here. We have described the new behaviour of the signal in this situation. But of course there is more to it than that, and to demonstrate it we need to know how to use signals, and we need to know how to use feedbacks in turnouts, none of which we have covered in these tutorials yet. Signals are a very big subject and will be dealt with in later tutorials. However, many of you have been requesting information about signals. So in this tutorial we are going to introduce virtual signals because they are simpler to explain and use, and we can use them to demonstrate this new signal behaviour. And we will also show how to use feedback sensors in turnouts to show the occupancy of trains as they move across the turnouts, and how they can now also be used to update the true position of a train, which we covered to some extent in the last tutorial. Now that is a lot of subjects to cover, so I have split the videos into shorter episodes so that each topic is easier to digest and it is easier to find the subject for future reference. To shorten the description of this new signal behaviour, I have named it Red on Exit, or ROE for short. All the videos in this section will have in their title blocks-ROE, and they are all available to view now. So we will start with creating a virtual signal. So until then, bye for now.